Hey guys, it's BroUwack. The day has finally come, the day we've been anticipating for weeks on end, the day that you're finally going to either love Overwatch or completely hate it, quit it, uninstall it, whatever the case may be. Now, for this video, I just wanted to solely focus on the Mercy changes, talk about Mercy, give some tips and how you should really play her now, because she's not really the same hero than where she was beforehand the change. I mean, duh, obviously, she did get a rework for her ultimate, but really, you really shouldn't try to play her the same way that you were using her beforehand, because she's a completely different here now. And in a second video later on today, I will do the same thing with D.Va, because again, not as big a changes when it comes to Mercy, but where you really can't use it the same way, whereas beforehand you would just have to hold down left mouse click or left trigger, whatever the case may be. So let's just talk about Mercy and also talk about Junkertown, which you will see gameplay on, because how can you not be excited for this map? When Horizon New Colony first got announced, I was pretty excited, but it's a 2CP map, not my favorite map style, but now it's an escort map. Escorts are one of my favorites because whatever progress you do, it does count towards it. So again, I'm just excited for Junkertown. But the new Mercy changes. What's going on with her? She's just a brand new hero, which again, you got to play her completely differently. So if you want to look at Mercy as a whole, other than just her ultimate, not much has really changed. Obviously, she did get her brand new ability, and clearly her ultimate did get a rework, but I will talk about it later in the video. But really, not much has changed for the base hero of Mercy other than just her brand new ability, which just solo reses people. But this is where you have to be very smart, where the gameplay really does matter, and you really have to think. Now, I can't give you perfect situations where, okay, you have to res this hero at this exact... No, I can't tell you that, because first of all, I haven't been playing Mercy that long, but what I can tell you is that this could really change the pace of the game. If you're smart with your solo res, you're going to be able to capture the point or move the payload even a little bit further. So who are those people that you need to res, especially at the beginning of the game, middle of the game, and end of the game? Because this is where you decide as a good Mercy. This is where the good Mercy players will come out and just really express their skills with Mercy. Because if they're just willy-nilly just solo resing people that really shouldn't be res, I want to say a bad Mercy main, but really just not the greatest Mercy player. So if it is the beginning of the game, the people that I would really res first is the people that really can't get back into the fight. I'm talking about the slow heroes like McCree. I'm talking about Zenyatta. I'm talking about like maybe like Zarya or whatnot. Those are the kind of people that really should try to solo res. And again, some people will have different ways of resing. Mercy mains that are like in top 500 say, oh no, you need to be doing this. But really, this is what I see as the perfect players to really res, because, well, nobody really should have their ultimate at the beginning of the game. And really, if you res the slower people, that means like it takes less time for those players to get back into the fight. Whereas if you're resing Soldier, if you're resing Lucio, if you're resing D.Va, or even Reinhardt to an extent because he does have his charge, those are players that can get back into the fight and that can still make a difference. But really, it's just getting rid of that time gap right there that you should really look into. Again, I don't know the perfect scenarios, but at the beginning of the game, that's like kind of like the key thing that you need to look at. I would say who doesn't have their ultimate, because more than likely no one will, and who can't get back to the fight faster that I can just res right there. And obviously, if just one person dies, that's probably the one person that you need to res. Whether it's a Genji, whether it's a Sombra, whatever the case may be, if only one person dies, just res that person. Now, it is the middle of the game, and this is the time that people are going to get their ultimates. The last person that should get their ultimate is going to be Zarya, more than likely, or maybe you, or just, this is the time where you have to decide, okay, who has their ultimate, who should I prioritize res, who should I prioritize healing, and when should I pop my ultimate? Because this is the time also when you should be getting your ultimate also. But if you want to look at the topic of who I should res, more than likely, if the Zarya does die, first of all, she's a very slow hero, and second of all, she has a game-changing ultimate. So she has her ult, and like a Genji, a Tracer, a Soldier, anyone else that can pair it up with them are still alive. And let's say a Zarya dies, and like a Zenyatta dies, or a Lucio dies. Sometimes you would have to res those healers, but the thing is, you can solo heal this whole entire team. A Zarya can change the pace of the game with that ultimate, so that's the time that you should probably try to res the Zarya, or res the Reinhardt, because he can even have ults that can pair it up great with other ults like a Genji or a Soldier still, or Bastion even. Or on the other hand of the spectrum, really, if the Zarya is still alive and like the Genji or the Tracer dies, and those are the heroes that are kind of carrying your team, that's the time also when you should try to res them, but also you should try to pop your ult around the same time, because if you're going to try to be combining the Zarya ultimate with these other ults, there's no reason why you can't also pop your ult, because it can still charge a little bit quicker than these other ultimates. So try to res someone, pop your ultimate, that way you can also get your res ability back also, so you can res another person. So this is where you have to be smart and know the situation around you and try not to die, because if you die, then your whole entire team dies in a sense, because, well, they don't have their main healer, and also their res isn't right there to help them. And that's a basic rundown of Mercy. Again, I can't give you perfect scenarios because there's a million different scenarios that I could give you, but really I just try to focus on the Zarya scenario and combining ultimates. You're gonna feel the numerous. That sounded so wrong, but you kind of get the whole gist of it. Really, you should try to identify your environment, realize, okay, who has their ultimate, when should I pop my ultimate, and try to pop your ultimate around the same time when you try to get 2 people, because you realize that you are able to res more than 1 person after you pop it. Sure, you do have a shorter cooldown, but you reset that cooldown as soon as you pop it. So anyway, guys, let me know how you guys are liking the new Mercy. I'm liking it because you're interacting with the team more and you have to identify the situation, I can't say that word, situation around you to really make a big difference rather than just hiding. So love you guys, thank you guys for watching, more Overwatch videos to come, and bye.